It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, I'm Ernie Johnson, and trick-or-treating door-to-door with me tonight are Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Happy Halloween, everybody. It's very
trick-or-treat, give me something good to eat.
And it is Clipper basketball tonight as the Los Angeles Clippers go up against the Sacramento Kings. And guys, for the Kings, they lost game 1 in this matchup earlier this season. They'll see them 4 times in all, looking to even the series with a win tonight. And the ghouls and goblins are out as we're hosting here on Halloween night. Oh, that is very scary, Shaq. I see you decided not to dress for the occasion.
Well, when you're 7 feet and as sexy as I am, you don't need a costume. Plus, I took my kids trick-or-treating before I came here. Ernie, father duties.
Wow. I just remember the worst trick that I ever got in a bag.
Trick in the
on
bag?
Trick-or-treat. Yeah, it was the worst
trick in the bag.
The worst trick in the bag I've ever got. I opened up the candy thinking it was going to be filled with all kinds of great things. I opened it up and worms were inside.
Oh, that's horrible. That's
awesome.
A horrible story.
That's awesome.
That's a
Did
terrible
you eat them?
story.
It was horrible.
It's a very sad story.
It was hard. It was a trick in the bag.
What was your best costume?
My best costume probably when I was an adult. I came, me and my wife, Run DMC.
Oh.
I was Run. No, I was DMC. She was Run.
Yeah. How about you, Shaq? You never dress up for...
He's dressed for Halloween right now.
I'll give you a hint, Ernie. Oh.
What's that?
Chewbacca.
Oh. I didn't know that was Chewbacca's sound.
Oh.
I'm going trick-or-treating again this year as Ryan Gosling.
Oh.
Nice.
That'll do it for now. Thanks for tuning in. I don't need a costume.
You mean Ryan Giesling?
At the shooting guard position, standing 6'5", number 1, Lance Stevenson. The other guard, 6 feet 4 inches, number 4, J.J. Redick. Man in the middle, 6'11", from Texas A&M, number 6, DeAndre Jordan. And at forward, 6'10", from Oklahoma, number 32, Blake Griffin. At guard, 6 foot from Wake Forest, number 3, Chris Doc Rivers is the head coach for your home team. Ladies and gentlemen, your Los Angeles Clippers.
Happy Halloween, everybody. Trick or treat, it's the NBA. We're glad to get spooky with you tonight. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by my colleagues Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. A contest in the West. We'll see if the Los Angeles Clippers can deliver the goods here at home. They traveled to Sacramento last time they faced the Kings and came away with a win.
And even in hostile territory, as they were that day, they had no jitters at all. I mean, the confidence kept growing as the shots kept falling.
And they were falling big time. I mean, from the top to the bottom of that roster, everybody was locked, loaded, and spraying jumpers.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court right now for the Kings, McLemore and Gay on the perimeter. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Costa Koufos. And it's Rondo in at the 1. Well, you knew things would be different for Lance Stevenson out of Indiana, but it wasn't in a positive way at all.
Yeah, he really struggled to find a role with Charlotte, the team he signed with. But remember, he was more of the point forward, had the ball in his hands in Indiana. Not the case with Charlotte, and also rumored to be traded all last season.
The assist, DeMarcus Cousins.
Paul with the ball. Up top, Griffin. Back to Paul. It's Redick on the wing. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Redick's got his first bucket in this one.
Wow, what a clever pass that time by Chris Paul.
Rondo against Paul. Rondo kicks to Cousins. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
He's not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he needs to polish those chances off.
And the wide open shot from Redick. Again, Los Angeles.
His eyes were wide open there, guys. Excellent vision to see they had an open shot outside and get it there.
Rondo dishes to Gay. Cousins with a screen for Gay to the inside. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Thinking about DeMarcus Cousins, Clark, when he was selected, people questioned whether he could stay out of trouble. Many doubted that, he could, but he has stayed clean really since day one.
Yeah, going back 5 years ago, a beat writer actually had the audacity to say he would end up in jail at some point, but Cousins has proved him and others wrong.
Now here's Jordan. Here's Stevenson. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Good ball movement here by the Kings. Rondo drives in. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And with that Cousins story about the writer, Cousins actually called him out about that failed prediction. I mean, they made amends, however, with the writer eating his words and donating to a charity of Cousins' choice.
Here is Paul after Rajon Rondo's bucket. Redick passes to Jordan. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Well, I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
Here's Paul, and laid in to finish the break.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break. Yeah, and for Cousins, it's never been a question of talent. I mean, many are glad to see that he's been able to stay focused really for the first stretch of his career.
And Redick kicks to Griffin. That three off the mark. Last outing for Sacramento, they won that game against the Los Angeles Lakers.
And in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
Now here's Griffin, following the miss by DeMarcus Cousins. Another miss by Griffin. Passes it to Rondo. Dishes to Cousins. Cousins with another miss.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And Doris Burke spoke with George Carr. Doris?
And Kevin, I asked him what he thought would be a key factor for them coming into this game. And he said, well, our length and shot blocking should help. It gives offenses something to think about when they come inside the lane. And oftentimes, that tentativeness can be a game changer. Guys, every team in the league wants that interior presence, and he just explained one big reason why.
Thanks, Doris. And as Doris provided the details, guys, the way they plan to attack defensively will be key early on, won't it?
Absolutely. And if that's the strategy, they've got to be full of energy, full intensity right off the bat.
And that's a real pillar to any successful defense when you talk about intensity. I mean, you can't go half-heartedly or halfway.
Just 5 to shoot. Jordan with the bucket.
Yeah, that's asking a lot from that defender.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, he just doesn't have the size to really be effective in that kind of matchup.
Now here's Gay, coming off a solid outing against the Lakers. Good D by Stevenson.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it. They've got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
It's been a complete technical dominant performance out here. They are in a zone.
Here's Gay, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Grown man's power flush with the long hang on the rim at the end of it.
Clark, that could be a catalyst for him.
I think you're right.
And we've seen those kinds of plays get them fired up in the past.
Now here's Paul. Picked by Griffin. Paul dishes to Redick. Back to Paul. That one wide left. The Kings trail by 6. Pass to Rondo. Kicks to Cousins. Pass to McLemore. And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Now here's McLemore, covered by Redick. Shot clock at 6. Out to the right wing. Here's Koufos.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. Not one second chance bucket for the opposition. They're boxing out on every shot. Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
So the Kings call timeout, their first. Andre Jordan has been extremely productive over 7 years. That makes it even more unbelievable that there was some question, Clark, as to his commitment to basketball coming into the league.
Yeah, you know, on talent and athleticism alone, he would have been a top 10 pick for sure, but he slipped to the second round, and he's made good on it, though.
Kings making a switch here. Bellinelli's checked in. The Kings trail by 8.
And watching DeAndre Jordan, he's really refined his game over the years without losing the athleticism. He's that rubbery, long-limbed athlete that transcends age. And so far, I've seen zero drop-off in his leaping ability and quickness, but no question he's improved his skills and IQ.
That's purely a hustle play there. Getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in, well done.
And that's, a quality you see any strong offensive rebounder possess. And we saw it right there.
And guys, effort is also a talent. You've got to be willing to work if you want to make plays like that.
And talking about DeAndre Jordan, he is displaying an energy level that many scouts wondered if he had. Let's face it, he underachieved a bit in his 1 year in college. He knows that. But when it's come time to do it at the highest level, DeAndre has risen to the occasion. DeMarcus Cousins can really be unstoppable at times on offense. He's shown star qualities ever since he stepped into the NBA. But it wasn't until last season that he was voted to the All-Star game.
And back to Cousins last year. He was the first Sacramento King to appear in an All-Star game, which is hard to believe in over a decade. That is a long stretch, a long drought.
I'll tell you what, no question he's been doing a lot of heavy lifting here early in his career. But I tell you what, you surround him with some sick talent, and I can see rings in this young man's future.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Pierce comes in for Jordan, and it's Crawford in for Lance Stevenson. The Kings were off to a hot start last year, but things certainly fell apart midway. A big factor in that was the messy firing of their coach, Mike Malone.
Yeah, really, that firing came out of nowhere to the fans and the players, and it seemed odd to fire a coach that has been leading his team to good basketball.
And here's Collison after the three-pointer from Jamal Crawford. Outside Collison, and Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Wesley Johnson's checked in for the Clippers.
Wesley Johnson.
Screen by Cousins. Inside. Bellinelli passes to Cousins. And he gets it to go. Cousins has got 9 points.
And, we'll never really know the full details of why Malone was fired, but the effect it had on the team was easy to see. Kings really tailspinned out of control afterward.
Now here's Griffin. 26 points for him last game against Dallas. Here's Pierce. That's short off the rim. The Kings trail by 5. Collison kicks to Cousins. Gay against Griffin. Gay right side. Offensive rebound. Cauley-Stein. Johnson with the block. To the paint. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
You know, the Kings, I think, will look back and realize they made a dubious decision the way they handled that coaching change. I mean, lucky for them, they were able to right things, so to speak, by landing George Karl later on. Clearly one of the better coaches in NBA history.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Aldridge is checked in. And then for Sacramento, Caspi. He's checked in for Cousins. And Caron Butler is subbed in for Rudy Gay. Usually you talk about how tough a player is, and you're always talking about big guys. But Chris Paul is as tough as they come playing that little point guard position.
Yeah, he's a power pack when you look at him. I mean, he's played through a lot of injuries and still has a big-time impact on the game. Most recently in the playoffs, he played through injury to beat the Spurs.
Here's Butler. Here's Cauley-Stein. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
You know, guys, in a draft that had a lot of top-tier big men as the top picks, Willie Cauley-Stein is a little bit the forgotten man, if you will. But he can be a very impactful player now and down the road as well.
Greg, with Cauley-Stein, his defense is the first thing that you notice. Very adept at shot blocking already. Does a lot of things, Clark, very well.
But, Kevin, I think it's his agility and the way he moves his feet defensively as a 7-footer. He literally can defend all 5 positions.
That's a great point. His perimeter defense, I mean, against smaller players, something to behold.
Outstanding.
Not to the surprise of anyone, really, but the Clippers last year were strong at home once again. They managed to go 30-11 at Staples Center.
Yeah, and Kevin, that makes 3 straight seasons for the Clippers of 30 or more wins at home.
Knocked away. Now the dish to Collison. Cauley-Stein with the screen for Collison. He kicks to Cauley-Stein. To the wing right side. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Bellinelli's got 5 now.
You know, the big thing for the Clippers is that they won some big games in Staples over tough opponents. I mean, also won 6 of their last 7 to secure the 3 seed in the West. Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard. And one issue with the Clippers at home is that it didn't feel like they were at home. Blake Griffin said home court advantage is just not there for us. And this is on the heels of a loss where the crowd was cheering for the other team louder than the Clippers at times. Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Here's Collison following the basket by Chris Paul. Collison kicks to Caspi. It's hauled in by Jamal Crawford.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we've got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
Chris Paul, guys, for the last decade, the best point guard in the NBA. Now, there's some new competition for that distinction, though, with Steph Curry breaking through to NBA stardom. And it's always exciting to watch these two go head-to-head.
Josh Smith is checked in for Johnson. Here's Collison. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Lakers. Outside Butler. Can they get it? That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Butler's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Crawford outside. Here's Aldridge. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Well, last season, Greg, another year without playoff basketball in Sacramento. A shame to see some of the best fans in the NBA not be a part of the postseason.
It's a great point, Kevin. Now, 9 straight years where the Kings have failed to make the postseason. 29-win seasons aren't going to get you very far when you're battling in the West.
And he can't get the first one.
And, you know, you mentioned the 9 straight years without a playoff appearance for the Kings. Their last trip was in 2006. And since then, they've been rebuilding. That's the second longest playoff drought in the NBA.
And he's good on the second.
Well, if the Kings do make it back to the playoffs, you know they'll be dangerous. Their fans have been through so much the last few seasons. They really deserve to see a team in postseason contention.
Excellent feed from D.C., Darren Collison.
Clippers leading by 7. Paul kicks to Smith. 30 seconds left to play in the first. Collison against Paul. Just 5 on the clock. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Outside Collison. Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. For Sacramento, they have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far. That free throw good from Butler. Here's Collison. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Nice D from Crawford.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Clippers lead by 6. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And Blake Griffin grew up playing the game alongside his older brother. His dad was his coach, and he credits his brother for inspiring him to work at his craft.
You know, watching him kind of go through the process of he started to get, recruited by college coaches, and then he, really took his game and became serious about it. And I watched his work ethic, and I watched how he, put the time in, the things he did, and that's kind of where I developed mine.
Well, talking about taking the right course, we know that the older brother of Blake Griffin, 3 years older, he played, as did Blake, for their dad Tommy in high school, and they were terrific high school players and 4-time state champions.
I mean, it always helps to have a big brother who's kind of been there and done that and can share those experiences with you. It doesn't hurt to have a dad also who's a pro player either, and also a college coach.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
And we've really seen them get out and establish a real nice rhythm offensively in this game.
Yeah, and they're finding ways to score, multiple ways, playing well and sharing the ball, just operating good at the offensive end.
Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan, and it's Smith in at the 3 spot. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter.
He hit a 3 in the first. but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. And now it's a 10-point Los Angeles lead. Collison against Paul. Here's the screen. The pass to Bellinelli. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got 3 assists now in this one. Clippers leading by 7. And here in the second, with about a minute and a half gone by, Jordan, the screen, feeds to Griffin. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Marco Bellinelli picks one up.
And for all of the improvements he's made to his game, one wonders why Blake Griffin isn't a better shot blocker. I mean, he clearly has the motor and the athleticism, but for some reason over his first 5 seasons, he's averaged only a half a block per game.
What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Los Angeles?
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
Lance Stevenson's checked in for Josh Smith. Anderson, he's checked in for Sacramento. Blake Griffin hits them both. And regarding Griffin's low block shot number, for some guys, they simply lack a certain feel, Clark, for blocking shots.
Yeah, you know, there's something about the aptitude for shot blocking that sometimes is understated. Just because you're a high flyer in the front court doesn't mean you're going to block a lot of shots.
Now here's Collison. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Game. And Jordan sends it back. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. Wesley Johnson's checked in for the Clippers. And the Kings also making a change. Rajon Rondo's checked in for Darren Collison. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Rondo, no good.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
Knocks it loose and stolen by Redick. And now Paul pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers.
Bellinelli gets the bucket.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Here's Griffin. Again, the Clippers.
That was the 3rd straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
Timeout called by the Kings. Yes, fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word, but just kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that perception. I mean, multiple players have received fines for flopping on their roster. I mean, we can't run away from that, and the fans remember it, too.
Oh, they do, yes, sir. Kufas checked in for Sacramento. The Kings trail by 13. And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Some nice ball movement here by the Kings.
Active hands prevented an easy bucket that time.
Johnson, wide open, he fires. Great look there, but off target. Sacramento's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Outside Rondo to the middle. And it's Kufas missing. Clippers leading by 13. Redick dishes to Jordan. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. You know, you work hard all season, Greg, to try and get into the playoffs, then get a favorable first-round matchup. How about the Clippers last year? Followed those steps. They're rewarded with the first-round matchup against the defending champions of the league, the San Antonio Spurs.
And not only were the Spurs the defending champions, but they came in playing terrific basketball down the stretch, which is kind of what they are noted for. And the Clippers, though, did well, even though that was the case.
And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
Boy, I tell you, it was a tough road for the Clippers in the playoffs. They get by the Spurs in round 1 in a 7-game emotional series, then immediately have to go up against the Rockets in round 2.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. All up top, he's covered by Rondo. Chris Paul, and that's good. Paul's got 5 points in the quarter.
And we all remember the Clippers would go up 3-1 against the Rockets. They had that 19-point lead in the fourth quarter of Game 6, but couldn't hold on to it and lose Game 7. And it was one of the biggest series collapses, really, in postseason history. And Kosta Koufos, an excellent rotation center. I mean, he gets after it on the inside. He'll give you some rebounds, can block some shots. He's made himself into a factor.
And Koufos not really a shooter, Clark. He does his damage around the rim.
Yeah, he really does. The former Buckeye is a great screen setter. He attacks the offensive glass, plays within himself, and knows his role, and he does it well.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Aldridge is checked in. He's off on the second. And for Kosta Koufos, Clark, so far he hasn't had that breakout year. He has been kind of in the shadow of Marc Gasol on that front line for Memphis.
Yeah, but he's understood his role, and he's done a nice job. He did start 81 games for Denver a few seasons ago, Kevin, but I think he's very comfortable as a backup. He's one of those guys who's just effective in limited playing stints.
Here's Gay after Wesley Johnson's bucket. Rondo with a clean look. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Rondo's got his second basket of the night. Here's Los Angeles now. They're on a 17-7 run. That's a 2 from Paul. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
And talking about Koufos, he gives you some things you want out of your bigs. Great size and activity. Solid rebounds and blocks per minute numbers. He may just need a chance in the right system to show more game.
And taken away by Paul.
A miscue here, a botch play there, a mistake there. The result, 5 points they've allowed off turnovers this quarter.
And guys, it all adds up. I mean, they've got to refocus here if they're going to get back in it.
And, you know, getting back to Koufos, one thing he has to get better at is finishing through contact. He has a really nice touch around the basket, but sometimes contact negates that.
No luck. For the Los Angeles Clippers, they come in off a good outing against Dallas.
They drew a lot of fouls in that game, guys, and that was the one area that really stood out when you watched it.
Just lacked discipline defensively, Greg. I mean, that's why they got a lot of free points at the charity stripe.
And then Griffin with the dunk.
That's the epitome of teamwork right there, Kevin, on the alley-oop.
Clark, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder.
Yeah, lightning too.
But, guys, the pass, for me, even better. He absolutely put that on a platter for him.
Here's Rondo, following the basket by Blake Griffin. There's the feed to Cousins. Knocked loose and stolen by Redick. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. Got a piece of it. Dishes to Redick from outside the arc. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Cousins has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Rondo against Paul. Rondo drives in. That's good. Rondo's got his 3rd bucket of the night. And the Clippers have possession. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Paul for 3. Cannot hit. Good D by Rondo. Out to the right wing. They set the pick. Passes it to Cousins. Out to the wing. 6 to shoot. Rondo drives in. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Cousins has got 5 assists tonight.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
Now here's Paul. He's got 17. And stolen by Koufos. Now here's Rondo. He dishes it to Anderson. Lets it go from deep. The rebound by Johnson.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Tipped away. Aldridge kicks to Johnson. Cousins against Redick. Over to the left wing. Clock at 6. Here's Paul. Again, the miss by Paul. The Kings trail by 18. Rondo kicks to Cousins. Back to Rondo. Koufos with it. And Griffin picks him up defensively. From about 19 feet, Rondo's shot is off.
And former Coach of the Year George Karl making his way back into the league last season. Kings picked him up halfway through the year to kind of stabilize their coaching situation.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. They spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
And what a pickup to get a guy like Carl Gregg on their bench, as you mentioned. He's just been a winner, Clark, his entire career.
Well, he's climbing the ladder in the all-time wins category as a coach, and also he's a cancer survivor. He's overcome a battle with cancer, and that also lends itself to having great compassion and respect for George Karl.
As did his son Kobe.
That's
Remember
right.
that? Yeah.
That's right. It was a family affair.
Paul passes to Aldridge. Smith on the wing. He feeds it to Crawford. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Paul goes in. Good. Paul's got 19 points.
And that kind of sums up the defensive effort we've seen here tonight, guys.
The Kings trail by 18. Inside, here's McLemore. Second chance shot. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. It's going to go on Cole Aldridge.
And one thing about Ben McLemore, he can be an absolute lights-out shooter. Last season was a big improvement over his rookie campaign. Up in field goal, three-point, and free throw accuracy. Really just scratching the surface in terms of his potential.
Lance Stephenson's checked in for Los Angeles. And a change for the Kings. Caspi, he's checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. And for Ben McLemore out of Kansas, he knew he had to work harder after the Kings drafted a guy to replace Nick Stauskas. And, of course, Stauskas went on to have Clark an even worse rookie campaign than McLemore had the year before.
Yeah, and McLemore actually on the uptick, very much improving in year 2, and that means perhaps Stauskas will be the odd man out.
Butler goes in. And Cauley Stein with the basket on the assist by Butler.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Beautiful play by Lance Stephenson. He's as gifted a passer as we have in the league.
Butler goes in. Here's Cauley Stein, and a strong finish with 2 hands.
Nice job clearing some space out under the boards and setting himself up there for the putback.
And not just any old putback, Clark, but a big, big follow.
You know, Kevin, you can't be pretty, though, with those second chance opportunities. I mean, just put it in the basket.
Here's Paul after the Kings pick up 2. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play. That sends Chris Paul to the free throw line. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein. And the Clippers making a change here. Jordan's checked in. The Clippers have gone just 4 of 8 from the line tonight, hoping to move that free throw percentage up a bit.
Yeah, last season, around 71% of the free throws made. And you know what? That has to be a point of emphasis this year.
And those aren't the kind of numbers they can afford to repeat throughout this season.
Now here's Butler. He's got 6.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Stevenson with it. Butler covering. And Paul gets it to go in.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man.
Here's Curry. Top of the key, Butler. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
Putting you in.
And that's now 8 points for Caron Butler.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Pass to Aldridge. Out to Smith. That's a 2 from Paul, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Quick hands and the ability to anticipate the opening to create a turnover. So valuable, especially for a guard, as we see 2 tremendous talents with their ability to steal that ball away.
You know, and John Stockton, the only player to have cracked the 3,000 barrier in terms of career steals. You ask the fans about Stockton, and it's his passing they'll remember. But if you ask the players he's played up against, they'll tell you it's his defense that was just as sharp.
No good on the free throw.
You know, Paul is playing really well. 25 points and 2 steals.
And guys, he's been making play after play on both ends of the floor.
No let up in him, and that's mindset. That's not just physical tenacity, but that's a mental tenacity, too, that he brings to the court.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Cole Aldridge. Now the Sacramento Kings weren't exactly road toughened last season, but they did have Clark some impressive stints.
Yeah, they were excellent in terms of scoring the ball. No problem at all putting up points. Their road defense was a different story.
Clippers leading by 18. Paul outside. Picked by Griffin. Shoots off the screen. The Clippers rebound. Paul kicks to Griffin. Goes back up. They get the rebound. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Tries yet again. Rebound by the Kings. Cauley-Stein's got 5 rebounds tonight. Bellinelli dishes to Butler. It's stolen by Smith. And now running up the court, Stevenson pushing it up. That's tipped. Here's Bellinelli. 10 points for him. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. The drive by Collison. That is good.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
Now Paul. He's got 26. Jordan the screen. And here's Stevenson for 3. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. The Clippers on top, up by 16. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Chris Paul. And Chris, the first half, plenty of assists, lots of points up on the board. What are you seeing out there that gives you the confidence to make so many plays?
Well, in one of these games, it's very up-tempo, fast-paced, and, you know, if they just run, I have fun, you know, assisting and passing on the ball, so it's a fun game for me.
You have fun playing, and we have fun watching, Chris. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Doris, and we'll be right back after halftime for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Welcome to the halftime show on 2K Sports. Chris Paul had a huge first quarter. He ended up with 26 points, 6 assists, and 1 rebound. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
I love how they opened the game up. They pushed the ball up court at every opportunity, and they put the defense on their heels. But it wasn't just a track meet. It was a well-thought-out strategy that the coaches had way beforehand. We'll see what adjustments get made to try to stop their transition game in the second half.
Shaq, what's your take on Sacramento?
Well, when you look at the opponent field goal percentage, that tells the whole story. They gave them way too many good looks. When they come out of the break, they got to play way tougher, Ernie. Get those hands up. Get in your opponent's face. Do something.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
And welcome back to the second half of our Halloween broadcast. It's been a clinic by Chris Paul.
And really, all of a sudden, he's becoming their best distributor, doing a great job of orchestrating their offense.
Greg, typically that's not the role he usually plays, and I'm not sure how comfortable he is in it, but they've needed him to make some plays today, and he's been able to do it, to his credit.
The Kings trail by 16 on the court for Sacramento. McLemore and Gay on the perimeter. Kufa's out there with DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Rondo in at point. Now here's Gay. Shot clock at 6. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Griffin's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Paul kicks to Stevenson. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Rondo. And now the Kings fast break. Here's McLemore. Here's Gay. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a three-point opportunity.
Full throttle, pedal to the metal, attacking basketball. I like that.
And no question, G.A., Rudy Gay is one of those guys who has always put up great numbers, but in 9 seasons he's been in the league, only one playoff. Only one. Count him, one. Back in 2012.
Yeah, but what if he were still in Memphis, though, Kevin? I mean, that's one of it. Sometimes it's not always your fault that you're not getting there.
True.
You got to play on a good enough team, and he hasn't up to this point. So, yeah, he's had his moments of inconsistency and will disappear at times. So there's some shared blame there as to why he hasn't been more consistent when it comes to the postseason.
And, you know, back to Rudy Gay, he's a tremendous all-around talent. Physically, instinctively, skill-wise, he's got it all. Except that consistent winning touch. That remains to be completed.
Now here's Paul. Jordan at the elbow. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play.
And thinking more about Rudy Gay, one key number I look at from last season, his assists. By far the most in his career, and that didn't translate into a ton of wins, but it very well could have been the next step toward getting those wins.
Here's Paul, following the basket by DeMarcus Cousins. Paul against Rondo. Paul outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's stolen by McLemore. And now here's Rondo, the fast break opportunity, and that is good.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for J.J. Redick.
Rajon Rondo, guys, really needs to operate in a system that's point guard centric. He needs the ball to be effective. Pushing it, driving, dishing. When he has to play off the ball, That's when trouble starts.
And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. The Kings trail by 12. Kicks it to Cousins. Shoots from the line, and it's off the back rim. No good.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Here's Rondo, following the basket by Chris Paul. Got a piece of it. Paul with the steal. Stevenson outside. Rondo with the rebound. The Kings have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Gay passes to Cousins. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Well, when you think of the great playmakers in league history, John Stockton per game averaged double-digit dimes. Think of this. For his career, 15,806 career assists. A record you knew right off would stand for a very long time.
And guys, you know, you look up point guard in the dictionary, and there's a nice little picture of John Stockton there. I mean, he is an unreal distributor. Controlled the game like no one ever has before or since. It's no coincidence that Utah never missed the playoffs in any.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one falls for DeMarcus Cousins.
Excellent game we've seen from DeMarcus Cousins. He has 12 points and 5 assists. He's gotten after it on the boards for them as well as in the transition game.
And I like the fact that one has really fed into the other.
Pierce is checked in for Los Angeles. Johnson comes in for Lance Stevenson. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And I think it's fair to say last season was a bit of a transition year for the Kings. I mean, after firing Malone and the injuries to their stars, they just tried to build for the future, realizing that was going to be in their best interest.
So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And the Kings last year were able to get George Karl to lead the team, a good hire for them. This team did decent under him back in the last half of the season.
Yeah, they still got a lot of work to do, but he can certainly make it happen for him. One of the outstanding coaches in our league. The Kings actually were in it for a while last year, but then had a mini rebuild mid-season.
That free throw missing. Well, Paul Pierce hinted that he could hang him up soon. He had that amazing run, has nothing left to prove in the NBA, and I would say of all the players in last year's playoffs, had some of the most dramatic individual shots we have seen from one guy in a long time.
He did, and you know, you forget he's done that really over the course of his entire career.
Sure.
Just kind of funny to see him doing it in a Wizards jersey. But you talked about it. He's going to go down as one of the all-time greats, no doubt about it. So many big moments over the course of his career. And also, for all the kids out there, the best maybe footwork we have in our game. If you want to improve as a player, watch Paul Pierce's footwork.
Down low. Here's Crawford. Good. Crawford's got 7.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Timeout called by the Kings. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Timeout called by the Kings.
Well, the competitive nature was on display early in the career of Pierce. I mean, he has willed his teams to win his entire career and is baffled by anybody who doesn't want to win as bad as he does.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hey, guys. Well, George Karl had some advice for the team in that last huddle. He was intent on running the offense through DeMarcus Cousins. When Coach addressed the guys in the huddle, his message was clear. Quote, he's who we want getting the bulk of the touches. He is who we want making our decisions. He also told them that he wants to see multiple passes on every possession. He said that was the key to getting the best shot each time down. Clearly, some adjustments there had to be made because the time left for a comeback is quickly running out. Kevin, over to you.
Thanks, Doris.
And that competitive nature that you talked about with Pierce, that's really what sets him apart. He had so many great clutch moments in the postseason. Easily one of the most clutch players in recent memory. Your heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Paul dishes to Johnson. Outside, Pierce. Paul outside, and it's Rajon Rondo with the foul.
Rajon Rondo. That's his second personal foul.
Paul outside. It's Crawford on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The shot by Pierce will not go.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Rondo drives in, and then Gay with the dunk.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
Now here's Griffin. He's got 14. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Curry's checked in for Costa Koufos. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Los Angeles.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
And also, their mid-range game has been impressive. A tough shot to rely upon, but they really had it going tonight.
And guys, Blake Griffin has got to be one of the more humble stars in the league. You rarely hear about off-court issues in interviews. He's engaging and comes off kind of as a regular guy.
That's the way it appears to me, Kevin. The young man has his head screwed on pretty tight and both feet on the ground. He started out as a class act, and he stayed one.
Now here's Curry following the miss by Griffin. Pass to Gay. And the lead is down inside single digits. Gay's got 6 in the quarter.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there. How about that cloth soft touch? I mean, just a gentle little teardrop, almost like a falling leaf. A leaf falling down slowly to the ground. Very sweet and colorful, too.
Outside for Curry. That one wide left. Clippers leading by 10. Crawford passes to Pierce. On the wing, Johnson. He's guarded by Cousins. Puts it up from 12. And Griffin scores. The assist from Wesley Johnson. And that's now 18 points for Blake Griffin. Rondo kicks to McLemore. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Rondo, a master at setting up teammates.
And the Clippers call time here. One thing you can say about Rajon Rondo's career, he's come up big in the biggest of games, had 6 steals in the closeout game that gave Boston its 17th championship. Remember that back in 2008 for Coach Doc Rivers?
I really do. And after that Boston win in the series against the Lakers, Phil Jackson called Rondo the star of Game 6. Everyone had always talked about the big 3 in Boston. That year, it was the big 4.
Josh Smith, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And a change for Sacramento. Anderson's checked in. And it's Paul penetrating. Los Angeles with another miss. The Kings trail by 9.
And, you know, guys, on the topic of Rondo, you look at his playoff career now. I mean, in 2009, he averaged nearly a triple-double in the postseason. I mean, this guy has great instincts, but he has to have the ball to orchestrate the way he's most effective.
The Clippers have gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. Curry against Paul. There's the dish to Griffin. Kicks it out to Johnson. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession. Let's take a moment to look at the 2K leaderboard and see last year's high-scoring teams. The Clippers in second.
I just loved how this team attacked their opponents. You could see their confidence grow as the year went on, and the points really started to pile up.
Outside Curry. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And the jam by Rudy Gay.
Maybe that'll ignite him. I mean, impossible not to get pumped up after that. At least I think that would be the case.
Well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are. Look at them. They are pumped up.
Yeah, they're geeked.
And that's what the alley-oops guys will do for your team.
Here's Smith after Rudy Gay's bucket pulls up on the wing. And it's Smith missing. It's stolen by Smith. Crawford left side. It's stolen by McLemore. Outside Curry. And he uses the glass on the layup. And now just a 3-point Clipper lead.
Well, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that clip, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
Now here's trains it from 9 feet away. Crawford's got 9.
Boy, can he finish in the paint. That's one thing we know he's good at.
Curry dishes to McLemore. Back to Curry. Jacks up a 3. Rebound by Smith. Clippers leading by 5. Crawford drives in. Fires from deep. And it's Gay with the rebound. Gay's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Curry passes to Anderson. Back to Curry. Wide open. Hits the front of the rim and out. LA's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Johnson, and J.J. Redick is subbed in for Jamal Crawford. And then for Sacramento, Bellinelli comes in for James Anderson, and it's Collison in for Ben McLemore.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
Last season, the Clippers came away with the 3rd seed out west. They were very tough in conference and managed to get 37 of their 56 wins against Western Conference teams.
Here's Griffin. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard, Clark.
Yes,
bringing it down hard,
yes,
my brother.
Yes,
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight.
Bellinelli with the 3. No good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. 22 is their biggest lead. Back to Paul. Smith outside. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Gay's got 6 rebounds in the game. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points. Boy, he blew the easy 2 by profile. Trying to look good. That's a bad decision and poor execution.
It's tipped. Stolen by Collison. And now the Kings, fast break. Collison's got the ball. Curry, good.
That's how you make it happen, guys. Ball pressure and then a run out.
And that's how you flip the script in terms of momentum right there.
Jordan at the elbow. Bellinelli pulls it in. The Kings trail by 5. Collison kicks to Bellinelli. Left side Collison from the wing. Count the bucket. Collison's got his 2nd basket.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Paul kicks to Redick. Paul against Collison. In the corner, Smith with it. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Sacramento's gone 4 of 8 tonight from 3-point land, shooting 50% on the 3 ball here. They set the screen. Collison against Paul. There's the pass to Bellinelli. Off target from outside.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
Now here's Paul. He kicks it to Smith. Stolen by Gay. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Collison, no good. Clippers leading by 5. 16 seconds left here in the third quarter. 6 to shoot. Paul kicks to Griffin. Knocks it loose. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. Just 4 seconds left in the third. And he gets the bucket. Collison. No luck. And we've reached the end of the third. Clippers lead by 7. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And the final period of play just about to start. Clippers leading by 7. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Pierce out there with Lance Stevenson, and it's Jordan in at the center position. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
And doing a great job here just stringing together solid possessions as they build that lead up.
I tell you, there's no substitute for consistency, Greg. You know that, I know it. You can stay in control of the game. They'll stay in control of it if they simply stay good with their execution of the game plan and don't waste any possession.
Here's Paul after the basket by Willie Cauley-Stein. Paul dishes to Jordan. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Feeds to Bellinelli. But they'll get another chance. Cauley-Stein passes to Caspi.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Shooting for Los Angeles, uncle45gHAtz's at the line for 2.
And that one misses. And the Kings making a change here. McLemore is checked in. And he ends up missing both free throws.
When you're talking about the greatest clutch players ever, that list needs to include Paul Pierce. I mean, he slowed down a bit, no doubt, but don't let that fool you. If you give him any kind of look at the end of the game, he'll cut your heart out.
And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Paul against Rondo. Paul kicks to Redick. Stevenson outside.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
And here's Rondo. There's the pick. There's the feed to McLemore. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. Rondo's got his 7th assist in the game. Looking back at Paul Pierce's career, Clark, so many game winners, none more impressive than his jump over Dwayne Wade in the first round of the 2010 playoffs.
Yeah, you know, Shaq nicknamed him the Truth for a good reason. I mean, Pierce grew up in L.A. and reportedly dreamed of playing with the Lakers. Ironic that he instead became one of the Celtics' all-time greats.
Here's Rondo. after Paul Pierce's score. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
Shooting for Los Angeles, Willie Cauley-Stein.
And he makes the first. And the Clippers making a change here. Griffin's checked in. Koufos checked in for the Kings. He's perfect from the line this time. Clippers leading by 4. Paul outside. Rondo with the steal. And now the fast break. Rondo with the ball. Here's Cauley-Stein. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Now here's Paul. Rondo with the steal. And now Sacramento on the break. Here's McLemore. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. McLemore's got the game tied up here for the Kings. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Kings.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
And here's Rondo following the 3 from Chris Paul. Dishes to McLemore. Another 3 for Sacramento.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Now here's Paul. Redick with the 3. Koufos grabs the miss. Koufos has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Paul against Rondo. Cauley-Stein with the screen for Rondo. There's the pick. Now here's McLemore outside. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Jordan's got his 6th rebound on the night. Tipped away. Rondo with the steal. And another fast break for Sacramento. And the dunk by McLemore.
And you talk about fighting your way back into a game. They've shown a lot of grit in this comeback.
They sure did, Greg. And I like the fact they never put their chin in their chest when they were down early. I mean, they were down big early. They were composed, and they never got desperate and stayed within themselves. Very impressive.
Passes to Rondo. To the left wing. Shot clock at 6. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Jordan's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Sacramento. Gay comes in for Caron Butler. Rondo against Paul. Rondo dishes to Koufos. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. Koufos has got the lead up to 2 now for the Kings. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Now here's Paul. Short and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official. You know, a career high for DeAndre Jordan in free throw attempts a game, almost 6 a game. And a lot of those actually came from the hacker Jordan tactic.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw missing. As you said, Greg, Hackett Jordan was in full effect last year. Not a great thing to watch, obviously, but a viable strategy given his career free throw percentage.
And what's funny about the Hackett Jordan is that it usually works in his favor. Historically, when Jordan shoots over 10 free throws a game, his team almost always wins.
The drive-by game. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Jamal Crawford picks one up. You look at him physically, and Rudy Gay is the complete package at the small forward spot. Nothing holding him back.
You know, Kevin, he comes in at 6'8", has that solid frame, unbelievable athletic ability with the speed to go with that for a player of his height. He is a true talent.
Here's Paul. Good D by Rondo. Kings leading now by 5. Cousins with a screen on Paul. Stevenson against Gay. Out to the wing. Here's Cousins. And there are the Kings with another bucket.
And with Rudy Gay, the physical part of the game has never been a problem with him. As great a physical player as any other small forward in the league, his one drawback is he can get in his own head at times and not play to his strength.
Boy, this game has really started to heat up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, I tell you what, I don't mind it. You don't either, it sounds like. Good offense is entertaining, and that's exactly what we're getting.
No problems knocking that one down. 17 points for Ben McLemore.
And no doubt a lot of players can get in their own head, like Gay does at times. He does so much on the floor, it is odd when he vanishes for stretches of the game. On pure talent, he has few peers in the league.
They're down right now, trying to stay in the game with the 3-ball. They've shot a lot more here in the second half than they did in the first half. And I'm not sure I agree with that strategy.
Gay sets the pick for Rondo. He dishes it to Gay. Baseline jumper. It's rebounded by Paul.
But that would have been lucky had it fallen for shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it, are you kidding me?
Sacramento leading by 3. Rondo passes to Gay. Right wing. McLemore with the ball. Rondo kicks to Kufis. And the powerful one-handed slam.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And, guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
During that break, Coach Rivers had some words for his team. They're getting outshot from the perimeter. He told them, we've got to close out faster on the outside shooters. These threes are killing us. Kevin, can they tighten their D?
Thanks a lot, Doris. Now Collison. Following the three-point attempt by Lance Stevenson. To the paint, here's Cousins. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
Now here's Paul. Shoots. And dead on that time. Beautiful shot. Paul's got 11 points here in just the second half. Outside Collison. Cousins with a screen for Gay. Back to Collison. A 3-ball. They get it again. Clippers trail by 5. Pass to Stevenson. From deep. Stevenson missing again.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
The drive by Collison. Shots good by McLemore.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Clippers have got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. It's stolen by McLemore. And here we go. McLemore heading to the hoop. That's good. McLemore's got 21 in the game.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
The shot by Paul, no good. Kings leading now by 9. Collison kicks to Gay. Kufis dishes to McLemore. Cousins with a screen on Crawford. Pass to Gay. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Stevenson against Collison. Stevenson passes to Griffin. And it's Stevenson missing. Sacramento's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it. 9 times they've missed. No good from Gay. Clippers trail by 9. Ball going up court. Here's Crawford. That ball. Nice feed that time from Stevenson. Stevenson's got 9 assists now tonight. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They're ahead by 7.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Sacramento with the ball. No one near him. Nice spin off the left rim and in. McLemore's got the lead up to 9 now for Sacramento. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Collison against Paul. He feeds it to Crawford. Shot clock at 5. And Paul with the basket on the assist by Crawford. Crawford's got 4 assists in the game.
Efficiency has been the hallmark right now down the stretch. He is making the most of his opportunity.
And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. And there's the foul. And Darren Collison picks it up. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was. You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that. He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Paul, right side. There's the 3. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 10 rebounds. And so here's Sacramento. 4-point game. Kicks it to Cousins. Shot is off. Jordan with some nice D. So, guys, it comes down to this.
Time, Kevin, for the stars to shine.
Paul against Gay. Back to Crawford. The dish to Paul. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. 4 on the clock. Beyond the arc. Count it! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
This is the red-hot version of Chris Paul right there.
And now we've got the intentional foul. J.J. Redick's checked in for the Clippers.
J.J. Redick.
And it's the Kings with the ball. And now they decide to foul intentionally. That's the first. That will put them up by 2. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
And it's still within reach.
But they have to be really close to perfect from here on out. I mean, they have to get their offense right on target, right on point immediately.
Timeout called by the Kings. Ball against Collison. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and did the bonus. We'll head to the line for 2. He sinks the clutch free throw. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 2-point ball game.
Ice in the veins right there. They're one stop away from winning this thing.
And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 2. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
You know what? You can go for the 3 to win or the 2 to tie. What's your choice in a situation like this, Clark?
Well, I don't think you set that decision in stone and anchor it in this timeout. You see how things play out. You're going to try to get a good, quick shot. And if it's a good 3 with a good shooter, let it fly. If it's something in the paint, then you take that. But it's about being a good, quick shot in this situation.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They're down by 1. Just 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. What's your take, guys?
It's come down to this. One shot to win the game. They have just enough time to catch the ball, make a quick pass, and then get it airborne.
So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
Tremendous work all the way down to the wire. We were just wondering what would happen next. Major drama, and we saw good.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, Paul, congratulations on a win in a game where you found yourselves in an uphill battle, but able to fight through that adversity. Does this type of performance reaffirm this team's resiliency?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. You know, we've been with our backs against the wall before. We know how to grind it out, dig our teeth into it, and try to find a way to win. And that's what we did tonight. We were down, but then we fought, and came back.
You handled adversity beautifully, Paul. Thanks for the time. Guys?
All right, Doris, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated. And now let's present our Jordan player of the game, Chris Paul. Talk about lighting it up in the second quarter. My word, that was just huge. And the impact carried them through the entire game. Let's get your opinion, Kenny.
He was up to every single challenge he faced tonight. He was in such control of the ball game. His showcase of his skill set was awesome.
You know what? He's a total package as a floor general. It may not be an official ranking for the best leaders in the league, but if there was, CP3 would be right at the top of the list.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.